Mom, let me ask.
Save you from what I
Have you ever gotten physical with me?
No, I have not. And don't say I have, because if you do,
I'm going to tell you a specific point in my life when I lived with you down in Phoenix. You attacked me in a way that my throat was bleeding. I had claw marks down my throat. I ran away.
Give each other a hug or say sorry. I don't care which one it is. Because this is where it starts. If you don't want to do that, then get off my stage. Your mom's living in a shelter because you put her out of your house, right?
Surely did.
As hell. That could have sent me over the edge.
Your actions led to you being in the shelter. Like, you're sitting up here and you want me to feel guilty. I truly don't.
You have questions that you piled up over 21 years.
I've basically raised myself. I mean, where were you all that time? I can understand, okay, I did this, and this, but did something ever come and say, hey, I might want to know these kids. I don't hate you, I'm angry, and I feel like it's a righteous anger. I feel like I have a reason to be angry.
I called my brother. I said, bro, I'm messed up out here. I don't have nowhere to stay. I don't have no food. I don't have nothing. He said, look, I can't bring you no money. The one time that I need my brother, he's not there.
How did you find out that she stuck to the...
My grandmother.
So you were sleeping with him at your grandmother's house?
Yes.
Nice.
Welcome. Today we're going to take a look back at some of the families at odds who have appeared on the show over the past season. Sometimes family issues can be resolved through better communication and understanding, but oftentimes it's much more complicated than that. It can require examining years of hurt, deceit, and occasionally abuse. In this first story, my guest Jeremy accuses his parents of not being upfront with him about why the family broke up when he was a young child. He brought them on the show to confront them and to find out what really happened. Take a look.
When he was young and you took him and you got custody of him, tell me about that and what Mum was like and why you did that.
She blamed me for sabotaging her car the day that we had court. That wasn't what happened.
You did.
It had to have been an act of God as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
Because
I don't think God does things that to people.
I showed up to court.
I don't think God does things like that to people.
God protects his, okay? He loves his children, Kathy. Anyway.
He would have been better off.
It was going to be one of us as a custodial parent, and I believed that I was going to be the better parent, so I fought for him, and I won. Thank God.
You sabotaged my car. You sabotaged my car.
You can believe whatever you want about that, Kathy.
You sabotaged the car to make me not get there.
Where you going?
You guys are so... Why can't you just talk?
We are talking, Jeremy.
I've been trying to do this my whole life just to find out what's really been going on.
And now you
know. Neither of you know what happened.
We do too know what happened.
So, sit down, okay?
Stop cussing.
I'm mad, yo.
Hey,
you guys
can be mad. We want answers, and that's why we're here, right? But we're adults, and we can conduct ourselves in that way.
Right.
So,
now,
you took custody?
Yeah, okay. I took custody. I had custody of him. I lived at my parents' house with him because I was not a very good parent at that time. After her and I split up, I started getting into the drugs, and I got into them heavy.
Okay. What type of drugs?
I was a cocaine addict. I smoked marijuana. I took, you know, wasn't into pills too much, but I was drinking like a fish. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a full-blown alcoholic. So is he. So is she, okay? I have been clean and sober now. Come December 26th of this year, it'll be 9 years.
Good for you.
I want to also let Kathy know that I'd never hit her in the nose. I don't know where you got this broken nose garbage from. I was never. There was one time I was physical with you, and that was the night that I sat on you and held your arms down in the bed to keep you from getting out of bed to pick him up because he needed to cry through the night and learn how to be able to sleep through the night. You used to get out of bed every 2 hours.
You're lying because you broke my nose. You mentally abused me, and you always yelled at me.
No. So was there a police report?
You did that to me a lot.
Was there a police report for this?
Nope. Because every time he talked me into not saying a word and I went to the hospital, he had to take me to the hospital one time, and he told me to tell him I fell down the stairs, and my dumb ass did.
Is there, hang on. I want you to do a minute.
And I did. I covered for you until I was
before
done.
you shake your head, is there a thought in your head that you were doing so many drugs and alcohol that you wouldn't remember that?
You know, I got to be honest with you. There was one time where I do recall her going down some steps. I never remember me pushing her, okay? And I don't remember us ever going to the hospital. This was 27 years ago.
Okay.
I've been spending 27 years trying to put this stuff behind me, okay? And now...
But we're here,
trying
not
to
for
bring
you
it back.
guys. Really, you guys really, you're just the storytellers right now.
Yeah.
Because I really want the information so we can help him. You have a lot of anger.
Well, I mean, that's because every time that I've tried to talk to my parents about this and to find out the truth of what really happened, my dad will sit down and talk to me. My mom, she just starts yelling and says that
That is not
everybody
true.
had
But your dad has a one-sided
That's not true. I'm not yelling.
remembrance.
I even apologized to you for not being able to
Mom, let me ask
save you from what I
Have you
thought
ever
you were
gotten
going
physical
through.
with me?
No, I have not. And don't say I have, because if you do,
I'm gonna
God's
tell you a
watching
specific
you.
point in my life when I
Jesus is
lived with you
watching
down
you
in
if you're
Phoenix.
lying. Don't
when
lie.
the police had to come because you attacked me in a way that my throat was bleeding. I had claw marks down my throat. I ran away to get away from you.
You're
you
lying.
called the cops and said that I ran
You're
away.
lying.
And
saw
when
the
the
wound.
cops came and
You're
found me,
lying.
when the
I saw
cops
the
came and
wound.
found me, I had blood down my
When?
throat. And the cops
Then
said,
I
you know
picked
what?
him
I
up
had a
in
mother
Arizona.
just like yours.
No.
I'm gonna tell her I couldn't find you.
That is a
And
damn
then I
lie.
disappeared with
Yes,
my
it
dad.
is a lie.
And
Don't
you
tell
tried
me
to
it's
call
not.
in
It
him
is
for
a
a
lie.
kidnapping.
Well,
That is a damn lie.
I called Jeremy when he
That
was
is a
12,
damn lie.
living with his mom.
it's not.
I'm
You
an
cannot
over-the-road
lie
truck
about me
driver.
I'm not
like
lying
that.
about you,
Oh,
period.
yes, you are.
I called
Oh,
him
yes,
up,
you are.
told him I was
Oh,
in
yes, you
Phoenix.
are. I have
He
never
told me,
hurt
Dad,
you, ever.
where are you at? I said, I'm just
You
a
got
couple
taken
miles
to
away
school
from you.
by
He
the
said,
police
get over here
for
right
being
now. I
mousy.
want to see you. And he said, Mom just attacked me. I don't want to live here anymore. She's evil. She hates my guts. And I need to leave.
So here's where we are.
I got
right?
wait,
Because
I
we're
gotta
not getting
defend myself on
but
this
we're not
one.
getting anywhere.
It's not true.
You've gone on and lived your life and you continue. You've gone on, got remarried, lived your life, right?
Right.
He's still stuck in the middle trying to find out who he is, what he is, and where he comes from. And you can't give him answers, and that is very frustrating to him. That's why he acts the way he does.
Right, but the answers we get.
He's angered. No, listen to me.
Listen.
Listen to me. His anger is inside because he can't get the answers. That's why he lost a career in the military. That's where the way he is now. Look at him.
Dude.
That's what I care about, trying to get him help so he can move forward. And all you care about is, well, you did this and you did this. I don't care about you guys. There's so much denial and so much time gone past, they don't even know what went on. This one was high on this, one was drunk on this, and you're suffering from that. So you've got to move on. You make a relationship with the person you want to make a relationship, but you've got to lose this anger.
It's
Because-
not that I'm angry. It's that I've destroyed relationships that I've had with great people, and I know why. It's because deep inside, this is what I've dealt with my entire life.
But then we have to, and it's not easy to get rid of that, but we've got to, because if we don't, come here. You're going to end up like this. This is what you're going to end up like.
Hateful.
They hate.
Spiteful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen to
that
this.
doesn't look
Again,
good, huh?
I got done being abused by you years ago.
All right, listen, you got divorced, you're not doing it on my show. Sit down. You got remarried, you said things that he didn't like, he said things you didn't like. Who gives a monkeys right now? Because at the end of the day, it's this kid, 29 years old, that has no answers. And he deserves answers. And not you, or you can give him the answers.
But I'm giving him the only truth I know. My truth is what I
But your
know.
truth is apparently not the real truth because you can't even say
is.
things together. 29 years ago, you can't even remember what it was. 12 years ago, when he was 12 years old, you can't tell him what he did. He's got
Yes,
one
I
recollection, you've got one recollection, and he's got a completely different one. I'm going to tell you what I think. You have to find your own life. You have to pick the relationships that you want, okay? If you cannot have a relationship with your mother because it's too aggressive, or your father for that matter, then don't. Because what it does, it antagonizes you to an angry point. And that's why you're losing your relationships.
Mm-hmm. No, I know, yeah. I have somebody waiting back home for me, and we went through a huge struggle over the past couple weeks, and she helped me to realize something about myself. The entire time that I've grown up, and anybody that's tried to get close to me, I've pushed out of my life, and I've sabotaged the relationships. And I know why. It's because I'm trying to test how long they'll stick around.
Well, let me tell you this. Don't test. Just go with the
I know.
flow.
That's why I'm here.
Okay?
I want to do that.
I wish Jeremy all the best. When we come back, two sisters struggle to find the close relationship that they once had. Don't go anywhere. Back, sibling rivalries are a fact of life, and most kids outgrow them as they get older. But But in the case of sisters Sade and Selena, their rivalry grew much worse. Take a look.
You look like you're going to jump off that chair and beat somebody in a second.
Because I'm really mad that I'm on this show right now because me and my sister, we used to have a great relationship, you know? And I'm mad because I'm here because since I've been a teenager, like I would say around 13 or 14, our relationship hasn't been the same anymore. It's like she hates me and I really honestly believe she's jealous of me and it hurts me so bad.
Why do you think she's so mean to you?
She's called children's services on me before, you know? She's stolen money from me before. She stole $1,000 from me. You know, I was going to school. I was in college. I went when I was like 17. And, you know, I had got financial aid from school. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I don't get that from my sister. And that's why it makes me so mad because I look up to her, you know? And it makes me so frustrated. But yeah, she stole money from me. I gave her $1,000 and her husband at the time were supposed to get me a car. And days later, they're making all these excuses as to why I don't have this car. You know, I'm calling, nobody's answering the phone and stuff like that. So like she finally tells me like, I don't owe you. Like, I used to take care of you. I take care of you when you were younger. I took care of you and mom. So at the end of the day, we're equal. So she kept my money.
So she spent the money?
She spent my money. I got no car, and I was out of $1,000.
Wow. So what lies does she spread about you?
She's spreading lies about me. You know, there was a point in time in my life where I did, you know, I did the party thing. I was younger. You know, I had one child at the time. Like, I would go out every day, and I can honestly admit that about myself. But I feel like over the years, I've changed.
Does she feel you neglected your kids on those partying days?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She does.
Is that part of why you feel she doesn't like you or she's mean to you? Or?
I just feel like she doesn't like me for more reasons besides that. Like I said, when I was a teenager, we had a rocky relationship. Like, I was in foster care when I was younger because my mom wasn't able to take care of me. You know, I was a troubled teen. And there was a time, like, you know, I had got incarcerated and then, like, sitting in jail. And
Why were you in jail? It's okay. It's okay.
Jail because me and my ex had got into an altercation, you know, and I had caught an assault charge. So I had to sit in jail for 3 months. And while I'm sitting in jail, they served me papers that she's trying to get custody of my son.
Okay.
Serious? Are you serious?
That shit hurt me so bad because I didn't know what was going to happen to me, and she knew. She knew that's all I had was my son. Dumbass bitch. Bitch! You bitch, you ain't, bro! You ain't!
Selena, come on out here.
You're a manipulator. Over here, bitch. Sit in that chair, bitch.
Sit my ass down.
Sit down. Sit down.
You're trying to tell me.
Sit down. Sit your ass down.
Okay.
So, Selena, welcome to the show.
Why are you anyway?
Whatever.
Is this
You're delusional.
Is this true that you were spreading rumors?
You're claiming that I called children's services on you?
You did.
You
called daycare. The daycare teacher called me and said that you called saying all kinds of that wasn't true.
No, because
and the daycare teacher knows
you don't take care of your kids.
How?
You don't take care of your
So let me ask you.
You're still out partying all the time.
Am I?
Mom doesn't.
Where are your kids at right now? Ask her where her kids at right now. Where your kids?
Mom never watched my kids. Only everyone.
Who got your kids right now?
I do not depend on any.
Your kids.
I don't depend on anybody to watch my kids continuously like that.
Who watches the kids?
They're street people.
Who watches the kids?
I have something I have to do. You know, my ex-girlfriend, who my kids have a bond with, will watch them. My kids go to daycare Monday through Friday while I'm at work with. So what? So
Hey,
what? What does that have to do with her?
Selena.
My kids?
Selena! Let's calm down a second. Let's calm down a second.
She's sick.
Why can you not communicate together?
I don't know. Ask her. Like, why can't we communicate? Because you don't listen.
We can't communicate because you put all of our business on Facebook.
Because you don't listen.
But that's not.
What does that make sense?
That's not.
Every time. Have I ever pointed anything out at you on Facebook? I just
do you want to be boxed?
No, indirect, but all my friends know she's talking about me. There's been hella times my friends wrote me saying, damn, your sister going on you on Facebook again.
I haven't said Sade such and such.
It don't matter.
So,
It don't matter.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to box each other or do you want to have a relationship as sisters? Look at each other. You're crying, your makeup's running. You're crying, your makeup's running. We're on a stage hating each other.
I just want credit. That's all I
Right?
want.
Hate her.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Sorry. Look at you. If your kids saw your mother was looking at you now, what would you think they would say? How pathetic we are as adults.
I've been constantly trying to help her.
But you can't. But here's the thing. When you say I'm constantly trying to help her and she doesn't feel that, it means you're not helping her. If the other person doesn't feel that you're helping, then there's an issue.
She's constantly making wrong decisions.
Okay, but every decision has a consequence.
That's true.
She has to live the consequence. You don't have to.
Pick up the pieces.
No, but you don't have to be. Look at me.
I'm not going to.
I want you to let her be who she wants to be. Then when she messes up, she can only go so far, and it's called rock bottom. When she hits rock bottom, then she has to figure out what it's going to be. If you don't want a relationship, great. Don't have a relationship. Then when she dies or you die, and you have to go to a funeral, and you say, I should have said this. Right? I should have said this. Why can't you just apologize and move on with life? If you made a mistake, great. You owned up to your mistakes. Say sorry. You made a mistake and you made a few of them. You're not an angel either. Say sorry and move on with life. Life's too short. Give each other a hug or say sorry. I don't care which one it is. Because this is where it starts. If you don't want to do that, then get off my stage.
Sade.
Go on then. She's looking for somebody to say, I'm sorry. You want it? Here it is. Don't run away from it.
She don't like me. She's never going to. This is fake. You don't.
You just asked for respect and some credit. She's the one that stopped. You walked off. She said, hang on a minute. And you walked off. That's something you're good at doing. Stop doing it. You can't run from your fears. You can't run from people. You have to stand and face it. Now, if you have something to say, then say it.
I'm going to apologize for anything I've done wrong. I'd like to just bury the hack shit completely because, you know, we are sisters and I love you.
That's really all I ever wanted to hear was apology instead of you owe me this, you owe me that, because I don't owe nobody nothing. Nobody owes me
She's giving it to you. You
don't owe me anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to solve it overnight, but at least it's a start. She's apologizing to you.
I apologize.
Then get your hands uncrossed and do something about it.
Back. When my guest Altarique let her mother Carol move in, she thought it'd be a chance to rekindle their relationship that had suffered over many years. But her mum's meddling led Altarique to kick her out, and now Carol is living at a shelter.
Your relationship with your mom, Carol, is so bad you kicked her out of the house.
Yeah, originally it was, you know, I let her come stay with me. She got clean, let her come stay with me. I had a friend come to the house, you know, wasn't a boyfriend, just a date, come to the house, and he was drunk. So he's banging on the door, and she gets up. She started cursing at him, arguing with him, everything. So I jump up. Now, that's a problem for me because it's my house, that's my man, my boo, whatever you want to call it. Don't disrespect me.
Right.
So I don't play nobody touching me. Mother, father, brother, sister, don't touch me.
Right.
And she gets in my face and, you know, talking. And once I feel hostile, it's a wrap for anything after that. And she got in my face. She was, no, it was more than a push. But she got in my face and she was so close where I could feel her spit. And that was a reaction. I mean, she didn't go like, spit on me, but she was so close that I can feel it. And I just took off from there. Like, you know, I just, you know.
What does that mean you took off from there? Did you push her, hit her?
You know, slapped her.
So you slapped your mom?
Yeah. Like, come stay at my house for 30 days and tell me if you wouldn't do it neither. Don't try me. Don't do it.
Altarique, you didn't just slap your mom. The police were called, right?
Yes. Because I thought about it, like, after, you know, I slapped, I felt guilty instantly. I really did. But I still need you at my house, so I called the cops and had her escorted out my house. Like, I'm not gonna have you. disrespecting my house. Yeah, you helping me, but at the same time, you asked to come here. I didn't ask you to come.
She wasn't in your life because of drugs early on, is that right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, she started getting high when I was 5. And I mean, I can remember that far back. She was getting high when I was 5, and it went on up until 6 years ago. She's going on 6 years clean now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was more like the agreement was, in order for her to come stay with me, you need to be clean because I can't tolerate it. If I'm saying this now that she's clean, you can imagine when she was using how she was like.
So where does your mom live now?
In the shelter now.
So your
All right,
mom's,
come live with her and then put her in your house. Y'all can take her home with y'all after the show, okay?
your mom's living in the shelter because you put her out your house, right?
Surely did.
Because you couldn't. Okay. We don't walk a day in the life of Altarique, but I do
Clearly.
want to meet her mom. Carol, come on out. How are you, Carol?
I'm doing fine.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. So, I can see you've been crying. Why are you so emotional?
Because he said something about the drugs. Yes, I was doing drugs for a long time. Not being a mother there, not being there for them. I have 2. When I was using, I was basically taking care of them, but more taking care of my habit.
Yeah.
Certain things we go through, I don't like the things he say. I birthed him. I'm supposed to come first.
Right.
None of his friends should ever have to disrespect me. You understand?
You talking about coming first. Or when you was getting high, you put that first.
I want you to tell Altarique what it's like to live in a shelter.
It's hell. Being that I had been there when I was using, and you put me out, that could have sent me back. That could have sent me over the edge. Yeah. Being in a shelter.
But those were your actions. Your actions led to you being in the shelter. Like, you sitting up here and you want me to feel guilty. I truly don't, because at the end of the day, I am grown. I'm living a whole new life. I'm transitioning, so
Can I ask you a
fight
question?
fire with fire.
Can I ask you a question? What don't you like about Altarique's life?
When she switched over, it's like she's in everybody's business. She's a drama queen, a diva.
Yeah, I surely am. I love every bit of it. I like seeing everybody go through hell, and...
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, you know.
I don't care. I take care of myself. So when bankrolls start coming my way from other people, then they can talk what they want. But until then, I'm gonna do what I want. Whoever don't like it, the door is always open. You're more than welcome to walk out and stay out, bottom line.
Have your mom ever apologized for her not being in your life prior to coming back 6 years ago?
Okay, her apologies isn't really too much an apology.
Okay.
She'll take me, we'll go shopping, she'll take me shopping or something like that. Like anything she knows I do with shopping at the top of my list. So that's what she thinks she has to do to keep me happy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I let her know that you made your mistakes already. You lived your life. You made your mistakes. Don't stop me from living and making mine.
What does, okay, no, and they're great points. What does your mom need to do in order to get out of that shelter to get back into your house? What is that possible or is not?
You know what? I don't think I want to come back because...
Oh, well, then hell, then it's impossible. She answered it for herself.
Okay.
I don't want to come back there because as me being in recovery, it's like me walking, it's like me crawling all over again, and it's hard.
Okay.
So to be under pressure when if I step on his shoes or something like that, and he lash out on me, it's kind of hard when, like, I ask him to do something for
So
me.
you're comfortable where you are?
No, I'm not comfortable where I'm at, but I'm
That's how she's making it sound.
Yeah,
When I'm
that's what she's
working,
saying.
excuse me.
But that's what you're making it
When
sound
I'm working
like.
to get out,
I get the...
I'm working to get out my situation.
Okay. But
You
you've been
understand
clean.
what I'm
You've been clean for 6 years. Every day is a new day. I totally get that.
Exactly.
I totally understand that. But you're living in a shelter, right? That can't be comfortable.
You know what get me through the day to living in them shelters? A meeting every day.
Okay.
A meeting every day.
Okay. So maybe it is best that you're there. Well, sometimes we can't fix everything. I'm sorry about that.
So-
We tried.
I thank you.
But I wish you both the best of luck in your endeavors. Enjoy your life to its fullest, and I know you will.
We wish all Tariq and Carol the best of luck and hope that one day they'll work out their differences. When we come back, we'll meet a man who hasn't seen his mother in 21 years. Stay just 3 years old, Eric was abandoned by his mother and handed over to an adopted family. They had no contact for 21 years until recently when she found him on social media. Now there are more questions than answers, and we've reunited them to find out if a relationship might be possible.
Where the hell you been?
In and out of jail, prison, because I was in my addiction, alcohol and drugs.
Let me ask you, did life get better after you gave us up?
No, not really, no.
Did you ever wonder where we were?
Yeah.
Did you ever, you know my birthday?
No, I don't. I know you was born in 91.
So when did the drugs and alcohol get him?
I was, he was 3, and my daughter was 4. And I was in the bar life. I was bartending and was living off of food stamps, and I was making $2.15 an hour. I mean, I thought I was doing right, you know, for you, because I couldn't afford to give them what they needed.
Okay. Did you continue to do drugs and alcohol after you gave them up?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I just, you know.
So was there ever a point in life where you said, hey, this might not, I haven't got anywhere with this?
Yeah, this last time I went to prison, and I said I don't want no more.
After 20-something years, is a Facebook page post, hey, I'm your mom, how's your sister? How do you think he's supposed to feel?
Or
you don't care?
Oh, I do care. I do care.
Why didn't you care sooner? That's what I'm, like, didn't you think at 25, it's kind of like, okay, I've already went my whole entire life. I've basically raised myself with people in my life speaking into me that wasn't even blood or adoption. I mean, where were you all that time? I can understand, okay, I had this, and this, but did something ever come and say, hey, I might want to know these kids? For instance, many times I've been in the mirror, I'm like, who do I look more like, my mom or my dad? Those questions always hit me.
Right.
Who am I? I question myself all the time. Baby pictures, I don't even know what I look like as a baby. That is crazy. Kids like, look at all these pictures on the wall. This is when I went snowboarding or I went to the beach with my mom and did this, and I'm like kind of confused on the matter. Just because I don't know how to feel. That's the honest truth. I don't hate you, I'm angry. And I feel like it's a righteous anger. I feel like I have a reason to be angry. All the times I'm running away and kids have stable homes.
You do have a right to be angry.
Kids have stable homes and they go home every night. For instance, my mom was an alcoholic. 2 o'clock in the morning, she turned on the music. You knew when that music was on, everybody was getting up in the house. There came a point in time when she wake me up and she cleaned the whole damn house. Cleaned it all. Well, I got older and I realized, hey, this isn't right.
Well, I didn't know.
Well, listen.
Wait,
I got older and
I met the lady and the man that they're going to adopt.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
There was time in my life where I got to that point where I knew, okay, this isn't right. So my mom, the alcoholic, the one that took me in and loved me the best she could, but she kept me. She kept me.
Right.
Even though it wasn't a stable home. She pulled the bed in.
I met him, but
let him finish what he's saying.
Now, there was a point in my life where I got tired of it. I shut the door and I put a bed in front of my door so she couldn't get in. You hear in the middle of the night the door shaking. She finally realized I wasn't going to open the door and she'd tear down the door. At moments like that, I quit. Where were you?
You have questions that you've piled up over 21 years. I mean, she's there. You haven't seen her for 21 years. What do you want to ask her? It's kind of hard to put you on the spot, too, because there's probably a lot.
Love me, man.
I wanted
love
to.
all my other siblings, my sisters and brothers. What?
I wanted to. I know I can be a mother. I should have done it a long time ago, but I can be a mother.
I just think it's going to take an awful lot of... an awful lot of time, because Eric has been through a huge traumatic upbringing, right? Pretty much the same.
It's not so easy to just jump in and say, oh, you can say you forgive, and I do, but growing in that forgiveness and accepting it and letting it...
It's going to take time. I mean, we can't just jump. You know, I can't just think you're going to accept my apology right while
He's
off.
not. No, he's not going to do that.
No, it's going to take time.
It's 20 years of getting to
yeah.
understand addiction, getting to understand why your life, what you chose, etc. All those questions that I know he's got a million of, and he's got to get to know you.
I want to believe that this is real, that you really do want to have a relationship, and
I do.
mentally I'm trying to accept it, and I will accept it.
But it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
I wish you both the best of luck. Thanks for coming on the show. And I believe you will have a great relationship once you get through these barriers.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's going to take some time, but I think this mother and son have a great chance of working things out. There's much. Welcome back. Having a child can be one of the greatest joys in life. But what happens when the child grows up and refuses to move out of the family home? That's exactly what happened to Alyssa, who says her grown daughter, Veronica, is lazy, she's a freeloader, and won't start her own life. Will Veronica agree to spread her wings and fly away? Or is Alyssa stuck with her back at the nest for good? Let's find out.
27 years old and still lives at home.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Why does she still live at home? Alyssa?
I think she's afraid of failing, but at the same time, I think she's lazy.
Yes, very lazy.
She thinks she's the princess of everything, and everybody should be able to cater to her. And why should I do that? Why come so-and-so can't do that? I'm talking to you.
So you feel that she thinks you owe us?
Yeah, she acts like everybody owes her something.
Okay.
Yeah.
She needs to learn how to be independent.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing. Especially at this age.
And she's spoiled, and that was my fault. Both me and my husband spoiled her.
Okay.
We spoiled him too. But of course, when I turned 18, he turned 18, my husband turned 17, we all left the house.
And got jobs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My husband joined the military.
At 16.
Yeah, when he was 16, he was taking care of his car notes, insurance, working. And when she was 16...
So your husband was in the military?
Yeah, we both were in the military. We both were Navy. We're both Navy veterans.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
So 16, you got a job, you paid your card, all these things that you did. So why does Veronica not do that?
I'm constantly on her. And I done had 2 businesses of my own where I hadn't brought her in to work.
She had a good job at a barber shop.
Yeah.
And what happened?
The barber, he got tired of her saying, I don't have to do this. You don't understand. I don't have to do this.
As well as the fight she got into while at work.
He got into a fight with her ex-boyfriend at work. And
well, I can't wait to meet Veronica. Veronica, come out here.
Uh-oh, she might be hot.
Y'all need to stop lying. How you doing, Robert?
How are you? Very nice to meet you.
How you doing?
So you're 27 years old.
I'm 26.
26.
26.
Oh, see, I keep wanting to push it.
Yeah, she wants to push it. She wants to push it more. I'm 26.
Why did you bring Veronica here today?
Because I want her to realize that we're not just picking on her. We want the best for you. No, for real, because life ain't promised to nobody. You know that.
We both know that.
What are you thinking right now? Because you just, eyes are up in the ceiling.
Because I can't believe this.
She automatically gets defensive.
Yeah. You want me to give you a prime example? One time, I did take the initiative to move out. And I was doing real bad. To the point where she didn't even know how bad I was doing until she was like, my phone was cut off. I ain't have no phone, no nothing.
Right, but that's real life.
No, water, everything was cut off. You know what I'm saying? I called my brother. I said, bro, I messed up out here. I don't have nowhere to stay. I don't have no food. I don't have nothing. He said, look, and I understood this. He had roommates at the time. I understood that. He said, look, I can't bring you no money. You can't stay the night, but I could bring you something to eat. And I'm just like, what?
But he was living with somebody else.
I wasn't in my own house. So here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say to that.
The one time that I need my brother, he was not here.
So here's what I'm going to say to that.
That's crazy.
At some point, you're going to have to, the word is grow up.
Exactly.
Right.
And leave home. Because nobody's going to want to date you and go home.
And it's just not that. She put herself in dangerous situations.
What dangerous situations?
The time you got hit by the car.
You got drugged down the street by the car.
You just had a brick thrown through your daggone window.
Your friend got her ear grazed.
How long ago was that?
I'm going to give you a piece of advice.
Okay.
Right?
Still
because obviously, there's nothing going to change here.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. It
Besides
hasn't,
me
and
moving
it
out, and that
won't.
would be very soon.
Veronica, you're 26 years old. If you want to move out, don't threaten it. Go and do it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Because
That's exactly what I'm doing.
if you're going to need more than just that one job to do that.
Yeah.
You're going to need more than just that one job to do
more
that.
than one job.
They asked her to work this weekend. She's like, I don't work. I don't want to work on the weekend. They say that I get more money, but
Veronica,
we're doing all
Veronica,
that.
here's the thing. You're 26 years old. You shouldn't be living at home. And if you are, you should be paying your way. Simple as that.
There's more to come after the break. Don't go anywhere. Blood is thicker than water. But after seeing this next story, you might think differently about that. Sisters Ashley and Shade have never been very close. We invited both of them to the show to find out if their relationship could be salvaged, or is it tragically beyond repair?
What is going on with your sister?
My sister slept with my and broke up my family, and I haven't talked to her since then. And, you know...
Was it on purpose, or?
It was on purpose, absolutely.
To get back at you?
She's tried to talk to guys that I, had relations with, but she's gay or a lesbian.
So she's bi?
Yeah.
So she likes men and women?
She likes women now. I don't think the men is in the question now, but she does like women. She has a girlfriend.
So how was your relationship with your sister growing up?
She has tortured me all my life. All my life. She's messed with me since I was a little girl, put her fingers in my cake, messed with me in school, at home. It was always cat and mice with her. Her and I separated, but every time we seen each other, it was always her looking at me and rolling her eyes or
So do you think she's jealous of you?
I do think she's jealous of me, yes.
She's jealous of you?
Not at all.
Any of you get expelled from school?
We got suspended. I believe I was in the 6th or 7th grade. We got suspended. She always tried to compete with me. We were in the lunchroom one time, and her friends were giggling, and I pushed the tray on her friend, and they jumped me, and we got suspended for 10 days, and we fought at home.
So why do you think she's jealous of you, though?
I just think she's mean. I just think it's just natural. I think she's just pure evil. Just in her skin.
I want to meet this wonderful young lady. Sade, come on out here. How are you, Sade?
I'm fine. How are you?
Nice to see you. So, are you jealous?
No, look how she acts. You see, look at her. She thinks she is just, look at her.
Okay. Did you sleep with her?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she sleep with a lot of people. I mean, if someone don't sleep with everybody she sleep with, then.
But that's your sister, right? So tell me how that happened. How did you have sex with him?
Well, we were at a bar, a nightclub one night, and
she seen him every single day.
No.
Every event.
No.
He was there.
I seen him.
He was there. He's been in my life for years.
I went to a nightclub and I saw him, and he dropped me off at home because I was drinking.
Can you take a seat?
Sure. He dropped me off at home.
Hang on. He dropped you off at home, but he obviously didn't drop you off at home.
So she just met this guy.
So he gave me a ride home. He gave me a ride home.
He gave you a lift to home.
She just met this guy, and she just went home with him? No, she knew him.
Is he even your baby?
Did you have sex with him on the first date?
No, there's accusations that she don't even, before the baby shower, I was told that he wasn't even her baby father.
She was there smiling around us in our face.
Did you know he was in a relationship?
Not in a relationship. They was together every blue moon, but I seen her.
But she didn't know. But she didn't know, right?
I see her with multiple.
So I'm going back to the car. He dropped you off at your house. What happened?
He came on to me, of course.
How did you find out that she slept with
my grandmother?
Your grandmother?
They were at her home. That's where she stayed at the time.
So you were sleeping with him at your grandmother's house?
Yes.
Nice.
And my room at my grandmother's house where I helped with rent at.
So he didn't tell you he was with Ashley?
No.
Did you ever, once you found out, come to Ashley and say, listen, I am so sorry?
Ashley didn't give me a chance to do that. Ashley, you guys, you think she's so innocent. She's not. She thinks she's better than everybody. She down talks everybody.
Maybe you think I'm better than everybody.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. We have other family members who also think the same. We have other family members who think the same.
People communicate with me.
Ashley
she
thinks
doesn't
she's better than
communicate
everybody.
with me.
She thinks she's
if she
better than everybody.
communicates with me, it's negative.
Stay right here. There's more Families at Odds when we return.
She doesn't communicate with me.
She thinks she's
if she
better than everybody.
communicates with me, it's negative.
Ashley, you think you're better than everybody. You think you're better than everybody.
Never
You're
once
not.
ever thought that I was better than any.
I'm not the only person who thinks this.
Stop!
I'm not.
So here's the thing. Neither of you with this guy now, right?
No.
Right? So he's gone out the picture for whatever reason, and you two, sisters, are fighting about a guy that is not even in your life.
That's my point.
How do you move and fix something from today moving forward? Or can you not? I think you can, but that's not my life.
I think we can. If we leave the past behind us, we can not think about the past.
Okay. So, are you willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay? And if you're willing to do that, give your sister a hug and move on.
You can move on from a bad friendship, but you'll always be connected to your family members. Always be clear to them what you need and keep their needs in mind when deciding how to behave towards them. Don't forget to visit me at therobertirvineshow.com and on my social media pages. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.